What's up, you guys? I'm Mondaii, and I'm here with Skyy Media.
What's up, everyone? This is your girl Brittany Cole, and you are here with Skyy Media. And today we have in here new artist, Mr. Mondaii.
What's up, you guys?
How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm great. So, you're a new artist.
Right.
We're just gonna start off with you telling everybody who Mondaii is. Who is Mondaii exactly?
Well, Mondaii is your basic introvert. So basically, I just feel like I'm recreating like music, telling a story of people who always like get overlooked or succumb to peer pressure, and I'm basically like telling a story through their eyes. So I actually do music for more than just myself. So.
Okay, well that's great, because there's a lot of people that need a voice
right
in this world that don't have that. So where did you get the name Mondaii from? Where did that come from? And then the spelling of it is
right.
weird as well, but it's cool. It works for you.
So actually, Mondaii actually really didn't have any like origin at first. I heard the name. Well, one time my creative director, Penton, actually said, he was like, "Hey, what if we just call you Mondaii?" And I was like, I thought he was trying to play me at first. I was like,
so it was
Mondaii? Why would you call me the most boring day of the week?
Nobody wants to get up on Monday to go to work. Nobody.
But check this out.
Anything.
So Mondays, I feel like myself in a sense are like always taken for granted. And
I can agree.
They are known to like start the week. I mean, traditionally, they're known to start the week, and I feel like you could be so productive on a Mondaii. Like you're working, you're grinding, whether people are overlooking you or not, you're still like putting in that effort and hard work. So just like Mondaii, I'm working hard, and my name is not spelled like the day of the week. It's
right.
spelled Mondaii.
Right.
So that's some cool little history behind.
Yeah. Right. So in terms of your music is really eclectic and it's different. We'll just keep it like that. Like, it really is different. So where do you get your inspiration from? Like, where did it derive from in your past, in your childhood?
Well, growing up, I first fell in love with hip-hop when I first heard Eminem on Forgot About Dre in 1999. Right. But, however, like, growing up, like, I was, like, one of those kids that you would consider to be, like, an Oreo. So, like, I felt like I couldn't fit in with, my peers, my race. Like,
right,
I played
soccer. I was going to ask you what you did.
I played soccer with all, like, the white kids or whatever. And, no matter how, like, close you hang out with, you're like my peers, I feel like I couldn't fit in with them just because they would share stuff in common that I would never be able to relate to.
Right.
So I wanted to fit in more with my African American peers. So I tried football, didn't work. I tried basketball, definitely didn't work.
You tried everything.
I tried everything. So I turned to hip hop, and I was like, I don't know, could I actually pull this off or not? Just because, I always like how the media portrayed hip hop. I always feel like you had to have like a certain stigma.
Right.
Where you were either this big, tough gangster or you had some kind of street credibility. Then when rappers like Kid Cudi,
I was about to say, things just
Kanye,
change over time.
right? So, Chance the Rapper, Childish Gambino, Vic Mensa, and the list goes on. When like artists like that came out, I thought, hey, these are like nerdy kids just like me, like
some doors will open.
Right, rapping about like nerdy, telling the underdog story, and I was like, if they could do it, I know I can do it. So you know what? I just got my little pen, my paper, and I just started writing about like stuff I was going through.
You better believe in yourself. I'm telling you, because you're the only person that can make things happen. So, in terms of working with artists, since you mentioned some, are there any of those that you mentioned or others that you would like to work with?
Yes, if I definitely get a chance, I would definitely love to work with Childish Gambino.
Why is that? What is it about him?
Well, first of all, he's from Georgia, just like me.
This is true. He sure is from Georgia.
His metaphors are crazy.
Yes,
he's goofy. I feel like I'm like that. And when I hear his music, I don't see him as being like this big superstar. I see him as being like a kid just wanting to bust out
Mm-hmm.
and have fun. And I feel like his lyrics and his music embodies that.
And he doesn't put on a facade either. So
right.
he's very transparent with his fans.
Definitely.
So let's talk about your music. So I know that you have your first project coming out.
Right.
Called Diary of a Trippy Kid.
Right.
Now that title alone is just, it's mind-boggling, but at the same time, it's like, what is it? You know, it makes people want to know, what is he going to talk about on this new project? And you just dropped 2 singles from it.
Right.
What You Think.
Yes.
And Waffle House Dreams.
Yes.
Okay. And I'll just say, I love both of them.
Thank you.
And then they both have different tones.
Right.
So just talk about the inspiration you got for each song, because they're both 2 different songs.
Right. So I did write the song at 2 different moments when I was feeling like 2 different ways. Actually, I wrote What You Think first, and basically What You Think was meant to be the first single off my project entitled The Diary of a Trippy Kid. And I got that because of course I flipped the name. I got it the reference from The Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
I wondered if that's where you got it from. I just was
It is. But I felt like me and the kid in the movie, we share so much. Like, we have so much in common, just because, you know, in the movie, the kid kind of, like, gets overlooked a lot. And people, like, often take him for granted just because he's little. He might not be the most popular. And I feel like people fail to realize and respect me as an artist sometimes, just because I might give off this good boy, hey, Mondaii, you know, I'm happy, and I don't really have to put on a facade that I have all the money in the world and the clothes and the girls. So I think people judge what's face surface, and they don't necessarily give artists a chance sometimes. So therefore, I wanted to make The Diary of a Trippy Kid. And basically, it would tell the story of a kid who basically, he doesn't really have a voice of his own. And he succumbs to peer pressure.
Before we talk about the concept of your video, What You Think, in terms of you being a songwriter, when did you first realize that you were a songwriter?
I first realized that I was a songwriter in the 11th grade. And first I wanted to be an artist. But people would hear my lyrics and was like, yo, you're really, really, really dope, but your voice is really, really squeaky. Maybe you should try songwriting. So
you listened to that and just kind of sat back.
Right. So I sat back and I was like, yeah, I don't really like my voice on tracks. So maybe I should just be a songwriter. So I went, like, coming to Clark. I was starry-eyed, just like any freshman. I marched down Peter Street every day, and it was a studio called I Am Music.
I remember.
And I went there, and I was like, hey, I go to Clark, Atlanta. I'm this really enthusiastic kid, and I'm looking to be a songwriter. And I just know that I'll present you with some great music. And they kind of looked at me like, This is what he did. He was like, you want to be a songwriter? I was like, yeah. Write a song about farting under the covers. And
did you?
I didn't, just because I just kind of felt like they wasn't taking my craft seriously. And that goes back, at the end of the day, like, knowing your worth.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm not going to just let anybody make a mockery out of my career. I was like, they don't take me seriously. But you know what? I'll show them one day. And when I get big, or whenever that happens, when I'm performing at festivals, being on blogs, then, you know, they're going to want to work with me one day.
And I feel like what really would set you apart, and what does set you apart, is your voice. Because I remember when you first started doing it, when you first started getting into actually becoming an artist, and I saw your videos, I was like, hold up, Tony can rap? Wait, Mondaii can rap? When did this come about? Because I just remember you when you first came into school, being this introverted kid, didn't really say too much. You know, you always spoke and said hello. You were very nice, but I felt like you were holding back a little bit, and I'm glad to see that you're doing something that you love and that's opening you up to people and different possibilities. So I would say hand clap to that.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that. So back to the music. Now, I saw your video for What You Think,
Right.
And it was really, I'll say it gave me the feeling of unhappy, kind of, or despairing, and it was just like a weird feel and tone. And then my favorite scene was when you were in the water and then you have the balloon floating above you.
Right.
And I thought that was like so cool. I've never seen that done. And then you got a lot of trippy stuff going on in the video. So talk about the video and the concept of it and all the different scenes that you have.
Well, me and my creative director actually got together and we sat down, and one of my favorite photographers is Kyle Thompson. Mm-hmm. So it was very Kyle Thompson inspired. That's where I got the balloons and the river from. So actually, we kind of wanted to tell a story with the video. So basically, the reason the mood is kind of like sad because it's a kid wanting to vocalize himself and basically wanting to be heard.
Right.
So therefore, he gets like depressed sometimes is because he feels like he can't express himself and he holds all his emotions in. So therefore, like during the video when he's like all on the roof, this is him just by himself. Like, you know that sometimes like you feel like you can't say that much when you're around your peers because you're scared of the reaction that you might get. Mm-hmm. But when you're alone and you in your car, you let it all come out. You scream as loud as you want. Sometimes you dance when like no one's looking. You going crazy. I know personally, like when I hear like songs on the radio and I'm at home by myself, like I'm dancing, acting crazy.
Look, if somebody said they wasn't, then they're lying because I do the same thing.
Right. So it's basically him just like busting out, having fun by himself, but like just letting his thoughts get the best of him. So he's like sad at one point, and then he's like really happy the next.
So with the song, what you think? I noticed that you went from singing to rapping.
Right.
So like, did this just happen to come about in the studio? Like, did you already have one set thing that you wanted to do with the song, which was probably just to sing? Or like, how did that process go with this song?
Well, actually, I initially just wanted to rap on the song,
but I rap for a little bit on the song.
Right? Isn't that weird? I initially wanted to just rap on the song, but I had been writing like writing and recording like little melodies on GarageBand in my room. And I never really sung in the studio before. So I just wanted to try it out and see how it would sound. And I like a lot of artists like in the 80s. David Bowie is one of them. And sometimes like I like to, and when I'm in my room, I like to pretend I'm like these 80 rock stars like Aerosmith and David Bowie.
We must be here because I did with.
So I like turn them up and I blast them and I sing as loud as possible to the track. So like when I think no one's listening or when I'm by myself, like I feel free from judgment. So I try a lot of different things. So I just tried like singing with this like 80s rock British accent.
And you did go in and out.
Right.
With an American accent and a British accent. And I was like, okay.
So I was just like trying, everything is trial and error. So I tried something, I was like, oh, I kind of like this. So I actually like started recording more, and then I started recording too much, and the majority of the whole song was like that. I was like, hey, I haven't even rapped yet.
Right.
So then I was like, I heard a little breakdown. I was like, this part is for me to rap on. This part is definitely for me to rap on.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and I think it all worked and it all came together because I like the song as a whole. Like I really like that song. But let everyone know when your solo project is dropping, Diary of a Trippy Kid, and where they connect with you. And just keep in touch.
Okay, so I don't have a release date yet on the Diary of a Trippy Kid. I just know it's coming very, very soon. And you can find my work on SoundCloud at Just Mondaii. And matter of fact, you can follow me on all social media at Just Mondaii. And that's Just and Mondaii as in Mondaii.
Wait.